Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials.
Good morning, it's 5 o'clock on Saturday the 20th of March. Just making my way down to the land, and as always, not quite sure what we're going to get done today, but let's find out. Well, it's just starting to get light, at least you can see. So, delivery, wood roof sheets for the chicken pen, a bit more timber, and just trying to figure out now where to put the beams across the top of the pen to make the roof. Need to adjust the size on each of those just to make sure it gets a fall from left to right for the rain coming off the roof. But it's still a bit dark for the videoing, so I'll get cracking with this, and you can see a bit of progress later on. Well, it's a nice morning. Thankfully the rain's holding off, and so is the wind. It is a bit of a chew trying to manipulate these panels into place, and of course I'm having to cut these panels as well. They're like a bitumen rather than a plastic, and I've deliberately gone for the black to give a bit of shade in the pen, so it protects it from the rain and getting a bit of a mud bath underneath, but also it should provide a bit of shade. So the first line of panels is in. I don't think you're going to see that from the outside. You can from the inside. So the first line is in. I need to have a little bit more of a play now. Let's see if you can see this from back here. I'm not sure if I can get it high enough for you. There we go, that's about as high as I can get. Anyway, the first line is in. So 2 more rows to go. It's taken, as usual, longer than expected because I've had to try and adjust the size of these support beams as I go along. So I've extended that one by about 20 mil, dropped it a bit, dropped it a bit, dropped it a bit more until I've got to feather edge at the end, and I've had to brace that feather edge in the middle there because obviously it's not strong enough to support without a brace. So even though it's like what, 6, 7, 3 hours, just under 3 hours to get to this stage, the rest shouldn't be too bad. I need to just get 2 sheets on the roof so I can work out. I know where the end wants to be. It's how I overlap the corrugated bit in the middle. So a bit of fiddling to do. I'll do that first so I can see where the line of sheets needs to go, and then I'm going to stop for a coffee, I think, because as I say, it's nearly 3 hours just to get to this stage. It's coming on though, it's progress. Well, this is always fiddlier than it looks, but I've just popped in one of the cut down sheets into the centre just to measure it so that I can make sure that it overlaps both of the edge sheets in the right place. And you can see it does, it overlaps by 2 on both the right side and the left side. So now I know where that centre sheet falls, I can now get rid of these side sheets and concentrate on putting these middle ones down. It's slow going, but it is progress. Well, to say this is tricky is a bit of an understatement. To try and somehow reach out across the panels on this roof to screw them in place. Bit of a challenge, but we'll get there. Well, as usual, this is taking a lot longer than I thought, but we've got 2 rows in now, all the way back, so 1 more row left to do. It is fiddly because you're overlapping from right to left, so you're going under the sheet, and you're also going underneath from back to front as well. It's like a bloody jigsaw, but we are getting there, and it's not looking too bad, to be fair. I'm quite pleased with it. That was harder than it looks. Well, there we go. Hard to see because I can't get the height, but the roof is on. It's looking very nice. I'll give you a bit of a close-up shot. There we go. That should keep the chickens dry and shaded. Well, now I've got some extra timbers inside the chicken coop to support the roof. You know what that means, don't you? Got to do a bit of painting, and I'll probably have a go at the outside as well. Little bits where I didn't paint over because the chicken wire was there, so I'll try and get a little brush into those as well. Well, that's the painting done, or that bit of today's painting done. So all those bits I couldn't get to before on the outside, they're all done, as are all the new beams on the inside. They're all done. So it's looking more like a chicken pen now. It's looking very nice, actually. So around the outside I'll do what I did last week. I put some feather edge along. I'm going to do that across the top all the way around, and then I'll need to dig out for the chicken wire to go into the ground, and then I'll do the same old feather edge all around the bottom. So what do you reckon? It's been really long and fiddly today. The day's flying by, as it always does, but it's looking something like now. When I get that extra feather edge round, it'll look real tidy, I think. I'm sure you'll let me know. Well, that's the top covered over with some feather edge. I've gone all the way around. I was tempted to start painting it, but to be honest, the day's passing that quick. I'm going to see if I can't get some chicken wire around the bottom. I can always paint it another day if I don't have time today. Well, I'll tell you what, this is more difficult and time consuming than you think it's going to be. I've buried, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, between 3 and 4 foot so far. It's time consuming because you've got to dig out the trench, then you've got to unroll the chicken wire, cut it to a length because clearly you don't want to waste an entire roll going down here, staple it on and then cover it back over. And of course the bits you're digging out don't want to go back in the same hole you've dug them out of. So yeah, it's laborious. It's gone lunch already. The day's flying by so quickly. I do need to stop for a coffee. I've not had one at all since I came down, and I'm about worn out, so I think 5-10 minutes rest is in order. Well, I am just about worn out. Whew. Sun's actually out now, and it's starting to warm up a little bit. Not as I'm noticing, because I'm already red hot with all the work I've been doing. First coffee of the day. Oh, it's gone 12 o'clock. The afternoon is rolling by now. And as always, everything's taken a lot longer than I expected it to. But I have only got one pair of hands, so it takes what it takes, I'm afraid. Anyway, how is everybody? I hope you're all doing well wherever you are. Don't know really what to tell you today. COVID rolls along, 24 plus million vaccinated here in the UK. The world is going crazy to get people vaccinated, though they are struggling in mainland Europe, it has to be said. I'm not upset. Oh dear. The economy, which I keep talking about, don't lose track of that. There is so much stuff out there in terms of prices of commodities going up and being in short supply, so your grains and your beans. I'm waiting for the new potatoes to come into the shops, because the ones that are going through now, in fact all the vegetables that are going through now, are really poor quality. I've no clue where they're coming from. Clearly they're not coming from the UK. But wherever they are coming from, they're old and they're very poor quality. So it will be nice when I manage to get my own self-sufficiency garden sorted out, and I'll learn how to get right through the year with fresh vegetables. It is the main theme for today. I'm sorry, but I am worn out. It is the main theme for this year, experimenting to see how early I can plant. Had a few messages and indeed a couple of photographs from subscribers to the channel. There are people here in the UK and there are people in the US who are already ahead growing their vegetables in small pots or in seed trays. They are having the benefit of being indoors and heated, whereas mine, I'm just looking now, mine in the garden room clearly aren't. So they are working with whatever the temperature happens to be outside, which hasn't been great. Having said that, we are now starting, last week and this week, we are starting to see better temperatures. We've had no frost for, it's got to be 3 weeks now. Let's touch lots of wood quickly. So who knows? is this spring or isn't it? If you look at the trees in the hedgerow around the field boundary, and particularly this woodland behind me, pretty much all of the trees and bushes have now got green buds, and some of them are actually breaking into leaf. Some of my trees that I put in the polytunnel, we'll take a little look at those in a while. They're leafing well now, and we have got some progress with the seeds in the garden room as well, and I'll show you those. I'm really desperately trying to push on today with that chicken coop. Thankfully the roof is now on, so that in itself is a major bit of progress today. It has been a long day though. I mean, 5 o'clock I was on the road, and I was here, I think it was about 10 past, quarter past 5, because the only reason I was that early was because I was getting a delivery of the roof sheets and a couple of extra bits of timber, just to make sure in my own mind that I could complete that roof this weekend. And fortunately, as you'll have seen in the video clips so far, although it has been really slow and difficult progress, the roof is fully on now. So I am really pleased about that. I might not seem it as I sit here with my worn out voice, but I'm really pleased that roof's on. Major bit of progress. A feather edged around the top, that will want painting. Whether I'll get that done today or not, I honestly don't know. This chicken wire is taking forever to dig out the trench and to get it up, stapled in place, and then reburied again. It all sounds so easy, doesn't it, when I say I'm just going to trench this out and run some chicken wire, and it isn't. I don't think there's a great deal else happening really. We are gradually easing the lockdown. Kids are at school. Over the next, where are we now? 20th, is it, of March? Time's flying by, it really is. By the end of this month, loads of the non-essential shops and the retail and hospitality sector are opening back up. We are on track for my little prediction of April. It'll all be gone and forgotten. Don't hold me to that on the 1st of April. But it is. I don't know, how are things with you in your country? I know that we've got subscribers from quite a variety of different countries. Majority are UK and US, but there are a few scattered around in the world. There's a couple living in Australia. You might have seen a couple of those because I've shouted some out on the channel before. There's a couple in mainland Europe, Norway. I think there's 1 or 2 out in the Philippines. So there is a bit of a variety. So how is it with you? Let me know in the comments section. Hopefully you're all doing as well as we are here in the UK in terms of easing lockdowns and people getting vaccinated. Lots of people are booking holidays, it has to be said. They're full of optimism for kind of July, August, September. Lots of that in the news media, but not much else at the moment. Are you spotting anything in the news that I'm not mentioning? Anything kicking around on YouTube? YouTube seems to have gone very quiet. Everybody, particularly US channels, they are all obsessing about stimulus, the state of the US economy, and there's an awful lot of talk about the instability of the dollar and whether or not it will actually crash. And with all of the borrowing that's been going on around the world, are we in line now for a full-blown market crash and a prolonged depression? I'm not sure. To dollar collapse, central banks will do everything around the world because they're all dependent on the dollar as the world reserve currency. So I'm not convinced that we'll have a dollar crash per se. I think it will lose, well, it is losing money. Every single month as they print more money, it's losing value. But a full-blown dollar crash, not sure. Full-blown recession stroke depression, I think that's pretty much guaranteed this year. If not during the summer, for sure, as we head into autumn, winter, and then perhaps into 2022, I think it's inevitable. The state of the economy worldwide, the amount of money that's been printed, creating huge volumes of debt. Our debt here in the UK, we've never had as much debt as we have now, not since World War II, when we borrowed, I don't know how many billions we borrowed in World War II. We only finished paying it back about 5 or 6 years ago. So here we go again with mass borrowing. But it is a real worry for me. The job market's already very shaky, and as I've said numerous times in videos to date, as we finish the job retention or furlough schemes, these support mechanisms that government has put in place to pay people for not going to work, when that ends in September, I think the sky is going to fall. I really do. But what do you think? As always, I'm very keen to hear your comments, so do let me know what your predictions are for the rest of this year. Anyway, I can't get too comfortable here. I just needed this drink because I've not had one, and I am getting quite dehydrated out there. So I'll get this finished off, and then we'll go and battle on again with this chicken wire. Say a prayer for me, because I'm going to need it if I'm going to get that finished today. I really am. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Please do take care of yourselves. I hope that this COVID and economy and jobs crisis isn't impacting on you. We are all one big family. So I do genuinely hope everything is all right with you. I'll keep you up to date with video progress as we go through the rest of the day. But now I've got to get this down, we can get back out there. Otherwise, if I don't get out soon, I'll grind to a halt and not want to get started. Well, we're back at it, and I've got this whole length of the coop done. It's wired, it's stapled in, it just needs backfilling now, and then I can set about the back. It's taking forever, but it's progress, and as always, all progress is good progress. Well, this side is in, and turf's back over, and I've trenched out all the way around the back and all the way down this side. You can probably tell by my breath. Ah dear. Anyway, keep pushing on. Got my chicken wire cut, ready to go, so I'll get stapling again. It's light at the end of the tunnel. This side's done, and I've just finished the back, so only this side to do. Onward and upward. Well, we're coming on, wires all in. I just need to fill in this last little piece, and then it's a job done. I'll think about some feather edge then. Well, I'm worn out, but we're making progress. Bottom feather edge is in all the way around, so we've got strips at the bottom, middle and top. You know what happens now, don't you? Yep, time to get the paintbrush out and see if I can't get this painted before this rain comes, because looking at the sky, I think it's coming, so I best get cracking. Well, there we go. All the feather edge in. I can't even say it, I'm so tired. All the feather edge is in and painted. Top, middle, bottom, all the way around. Only one thing left to do. Well, there's a million things left to do, but there's one main thing left to do. And that's put chicken wire over the door. You might remember when I did the main chicken wire, I didn't do the door. In all honesty, I was that worn out the other day that I just couldn't bring myself. So anyway, I'm going to get on with it now. This I'm hoping this rain stays off until tonight. The wind's picked up, so it should help dry the paint out, so I'm not worried too much about the paint, but I would like to get this all done before I go home today. Well, I ended up doing one more job. Instead of putting chicken wire over the door, I've strengthened the door a bit, reconfigured it, and I've put this heavy duty metal on there. Blended it in, put a couple of braces inside, blended it in with some feather edge so it matches, and it's actually not looking too bad. It's well strengthened in the middle for sure. So little padlock on there, and the job's done. And I have to say, I'm pleased it's done because it's been a long old job today. But to be fair, I can't complain. It's looking very nice. Unfortunately, it's getting dark. So I am going to have to tidy up. There's so much stuff out, it's not funny. And I haven't even shown you the plants yet. So yeah, I need to get moving a little bit and start putting stuff away. And I'll quickly show you the plants and it'll be time to go home. Well, the day's done. It really is. It's getting dark now. I just wanted to quickly run you around the plants. Strawberries are all starting to grow. In fact, some of them are putting new shoots on. Blueberry bush, lots of big buds coming out on the blueberry bush. The younger blueberry bush, it has got buds on. If you can see them or not. There you go. Fig is leafing, so that's good. My new trees all putting on loads of nice buds and some quite staggering leaves actually. And look at that, it's going crazy. That's the Jonagold apple tree. Golden Delicious apple, likewise. Lots of growth on there. The cherry also. Lots and lots and lots of buds. And the pear is going absolutely bananas. Look at this. Big leaves everywhere. All the way up the stem is huge amounts of leaf. How good is that? My seedlings are doing well. I'll just give those a quick water now I'm in here. Don't want to let them down. I will be here tomorrow, so I don't need to get too carried away with the watering. I'll quickly do this and then we'll have a look in the garden room before I go. Just give you a quick spin round. Cauliflowers, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be really early. Garlic's doing really well. The new garlic is also doing really well. A couple of onions there. I could do with taking those up really. I might do that tomorrow. The things I keep promising. I need a definite tidy up day tomorrow. You see all the trees are all budding as well. Everywhere you look, quite a few of these have got leaves on already along this woodland. Can't stop looking at that, it's very nice. Oh, hang on, I've just spotted something. I need to pick that up. It keeps blowing over in the wind. Well, I am definitely worn out. But let's have a quick run around the plants in the garden room. I did pop some water on these earlier. I've got one solitary little carrot. I don't know what's happened with the carrots. I'm wondering, because I don't think it's the temperature. I mean, it could be, but I'm just wondering, this is a different variety of carrot to what I planted last year. I'm just wondering if the seeds are not great. One thing that is great though is potatoes. Now, I don't know if you can see these or not. Let me point them out. There's one there. There's 1, 2, 3 there. So I'm really excited about that. They were planted, when were they planted? 16th of January. And then in this one, when was this planted? This was planted 20th of January. We've got one there, and we've got another one there, and another one there. And then this one, which is a bit puzzling because this was later. This was 6th of February. And look at this. They're everywhere. Look. There, there. 2 more there. So I don't quite know what's going on with that. The ones in February, I don't think there's anything in this one. No, there isn't. No sign in that one. Yeah, the one planted in February versus the 2 in January. Don't know why they're up as quickly as the other ones. A bit bizarre, really. I'm not complaining because, you know, clearly I want them to come on. So yeah, what do you reckon? 8 weeks and I'll have potatoes? 9 weeks maybe? We'll soon find out, I guess. In the little seed trays, marigolds continuing to do well. What we got? True potato seeds. No sign of those. Oh, hang on a minute. I was going to say it's too early, but just hold your horses. Look at this. We've got one through. Oh, sorry, we've got 2 through. One there as well. How exciting is that? I really didn't expect those to be out now. I really didn't. That's kind of caught me off guard. In fact, there's another one there, look. A stray. So I've got 3 up. That's a nice way to round off the day. I'm all giddy now. I really didn't expect them to be up. These aren't performing very well, the peas. I've only got 1 through still. Now, I don't know if that's temperature or what, but, you know, if it was good enough for that one to come, you would think the others would come as well. So, I don't know what's happening there. I can't remember if this is cabbage or cauliflower. Cabbage. So, I've got 3 through on there. And again, I'm just wondering about the viability of these other seeds. Whether they're just slow or whether the seed isn't great. It makes you wonder when some come and others don't. And then cauliflower, 1, 2, 3, and there's a baby one just in here, 4 in there. I guess really the thing for me is I have got seeds germinating, and they've germinated what, 2 weeks, nearly 3 weeks now. So it is possible. If I had heat in here, I'd have a lot more. I'm fairly sure about that. Anyway, I'm worn out and I really do need to get myself off home, and especially if I want to get this video out before because it does take me hours. My internet connection's shockingly bad. So I'm going to get everything tidied up and locked away, and I'll be getting myself off home. Well, there we go. Chicken coop and pen is 99.9% done. Just a bit of fiddling round on the inside now to make it a bit more comfortable for them, but all of the physical construction, framing, chicken wire, roofing, bit of tidying up with some feather edge boards just to tie everything together nicely, and also because it looks nice. Reconfigured the door today, made that a bit more sturdy and attractive, actually, to be fair. So yeah, really pleased with the chicken coop and the progress I've made today. It's been a massively long day. We're coming up for 12 hours now, so I am wanting to be home. Anyway, everything's locked up, cabins locked up, polytunnels closed for the day. I'm going to wend my way back home, and we'll be back tomorrow to see if we can do a little bit more. But I'll catch you in the next video.
Well, that's it for this video. I hope there was something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, I welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. How's the chicken coop looking now? We're 99.9% there. All the construction is finished. All that remains really is to make a little assault course in the outdoor pen for them, cut a hole in the coop so they can get in and out, and make some perches and reconfigure that big nest box into smaller nest boxes. I say only because it's never as simple or as quick as you want it to be, is it? Thanks for people who have been letting me know how they're getting on with their vegetable seeds. Well done to all of you who've got off to a good start, and particularly thank you for sharing pictures of your success with me, and may you have many more through the rest of this year. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below, but for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.